Welcome to the channel, bringing a real-world perspective to the real-world whiskey consumer.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Erin.
And we are back with another topical video, this one in which we are covering our top 6 value buys. And every budget is a little different, like what's budget to us may or may not be budget to you or someone else.
Right.
So what we're focusing on here, as I said in the beginning, is value. We feel like these are the most value-packed products that you can buy. Truthfully speaking, if you were just to get these 6 bottles, you kind of have a complete bourbon collection. You don't really need a lot of anything else.
And they're good value. They're good whiskey for what you're paying.
Yeah. And within most cases, you can find these. If they are available in your market, you can find them. Mm-hmm. There are a couple of exceptions here that are not available in every market, or maybe they release on a periodic basis. So you got to keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah.
But we will offer some suggestions for alternatives.
Yeah.
If you like the style of content, think about liking the video and subscribing to the channel because we do this all the time over here. That said, let's go ahead and get into this.
Okay.
First up is going to be JTS Brown, and we're going to go in order of price.
Yes.
So JTS Brown is stupid cheap.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can say it.
Also, lots of servings, plastic container.
Yeah.
However, very good.
Yes. I use this to make cocktails, and it's also fine to sip neat by itself.
This is what you put in my old fashions most of the time. Yes.
And people ask about the old fashioned recipe. All I do is just sub out the simple syrup or the simple sugar or the syrup or some good grief.
Simple syrup.
Or the sugar. I swap that out for maple syrup. I put Luxardo cherry juice and a Luxardo cherry in the cocktail. Mm-hmm. And then I just adjust my proportions with the Angostura bitters and the whiskey to make it taste the way I want it to taste.
But this is the whiskey that you usually use.
Yes.
It's very good.
It just works. It just works. It's great in cocktails. If you can't get this in your market, a good alternative would be Evan Williams Bottled and Bond White Label. However, we do prefer this. It works better in cocktails for us.
I like them both. Josh prefers this. I like both of them, Evan Williams and this.
Yeah. So great value buy. You can get this big handle for like 25 or 30 bucks if it's in your market, or you can get a 750 milliliter for like $12 to $15. You can't get cheaper than this for this level of quality. Fantastic product. We are big fans.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
Yeah. Next up is going to be Early Times Bottled and Bond. We have had videos on the old black cap versus the new blue cap. We have sent blinds to people. It is more variance over time in batches, no matter what color the cap is, than it is saying that the blue cap is better or worse than the black cap. This is just factual. I'm ready to down this hill. I talk about it all the time.
Batch variance.
I love this product though. $25 for a liter. I would prefer to sip this neat, whereas the JTS Brown, I tend to use that for cocktails, but I can sip it neat. I prefer neat, but I will use it in cocktails because it is very inexpensive. This is probably my favorite bottle under $30 on the market, period. But it's not available in every market. Okay. And that's the problem. If it's not available in your market, a good alternative might be Old Forester 100 proof. Something like that is kind of similar in flavor profile and price, but I do prefer this.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
Love Early Times. Next up, you guys knew it was coming. Wild Turkey 101. We love our Wild Turkey over here. 101 is a staple bourbon. It's great on ice. It's great in cocktails. It's great by itself. Not something we really reach for to drink neat all that often.
Yeah.
We tend to use it for warming up our palates to taste other things, or we use it in cocktails. But it's just a classic bourbon.
But it is a good all-around whiskey if that's something you're looking for.
Yeah.
If you're looking for something you can put in cocktails and sip neat, it does that well.
And it's $25-ish for a bottle of this, or you can get a handle for like $40 and cut your costs that way per ounce. But this stuff right here is a really high value product because it works in so many different formats, and it's low enough priced and high enough value that if you want to use it for cocktails, you don't have to feel bad about it.
Right.
But
exactly.
Yeah, this is definitely big fans of Wild Turkey 101. If you haven't given Wild Turkey the time of day, we really recommend that you do. Prior to starting this channel, we didn't give Wild Turkey the time of day. Okay. We started the channel. We tried Wild Turkey in some blind tastings, found out we really, really liked it. So it's worth trying. Yeah. And if it comes across a little spicy to you, if you're kind of newer to bourbon and that 101 proof feels a little intimidating, totally get that. We've been there as well.
Just put some ice in it or a couple drops of water.
Yeah. Tame it down, get used to it, and then work your way up. Yeah. Because it is fuller flavor, but that does come with a little bit of heat.
You do get a lot of flavor for the 101 proof point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Wild Turkey, we're going to move on to the next product. When we said budget, every budget is different, remember. So we're talking about high value products here that are going to be on the shelf that you can find if they are in your market. And the reason we don't sip Wild Turkey 101 neat very often is because Rare Breed exists.
Which is a Wild Turkey product, if you're not familiar.
Yes.
But we sip this neat more often than the Wild Turkey 101.
Yeah. It's more flavorful. It is higher proof, 116.8 proof, but it comes through with sweetness, spice, oak, a little bit of earthiness. You know,
it is a little more expensive. That's why the caveat of like not every budget bourbon is going to be $25.
Right.
But the value you're getting for what the $50, $60 price point that this
$52.99 in our market.
This is through the roof.
Yeah, I can't think of any bottle I would rather have for $55 out the door than this one. This is value, tip top. Cannot beat this product, and it's high quality too. It's a blend of 6 to 12 year whiskey. I mean, it's just a great product that Wild Turkey makes. Huge fans. You call this your like library bourbon
because it reminds me of like a library and a sophistication and like a man in a cardigan
with leather elbow patches,
with a beard.
and the cardigan has leather elbow patches.
No, just a cardigan and a beard.
So what's the library? The old books?
He's in a library.
Okay, so like that old book smell.
Yeah.
We love this stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's won so many blinds for us. Here lately, we haven't been reaching for it as often because now we're up over 300 bottles.
We have so much to
so
try.
we tend to reach for other things, but this is always home base for us.
Yes.
If we want really high quality at a high proof point, I already know we're going to get it in the comments about Old Grandad 114. Maybe it was the last couple bottles that we've had. Wasn't that great. Kind of sour on the end. Pretty nutty.
Yep.
This brings a lot more balance and flavor to the
Agreed.
equation. We'd much rather have this than OGD 114. Personally speaking, your mileage may vary, but OGD 114 is a great value buy, just not to our flavor profile.
Yep.
And that happens.
Yeah.
Next up is going to be Knob Creek 120 proof single barrels. Shout out to Mr. Matt Porter. This is his pick from last year.
whiskey,
Yep. This stuff right here is great. This is my favorite Jim Beam product. I'm convinced.
You do like a Knob Creek.
The Knob Creek picks are high value, $55, $60 in our market. You can find them when they drop. There's not a huge rush on them. They're starting to get a little bit more age on them beyond the 9.5, 10 years that they have been. They're starting to creep up a little bit in a lot of markets. You can find them still, high value for the money. These can be really, really great. I've never had a bad one. They're just different varying levels of good.
Yeah.
Huge fan, huge value. That's what we're about over here. These are the types of things we reach for more often than not.
Yep.
But yeah, huge fan of Knob Creek. If you haven't bought one yet, definitely would check it out.
Ooh, this is 120 proof.
Yeah, they're all 120. I'd rather have this over a $100 bottle of Booker's. I've never had a Booker's that I like better than a good Knob Creek pick.
Interesting. Okay.
Just never have. So there you go.
You like Booker's, but you've never had one you liked better than Knob Creek.
Right.
Gotcha.
A good Knob Creek pick can beat Booker's any day of the week. It's got more age. It's just overall a better product,
Gotcha.
I think, for a lot less money and a lot easier to find. Last up, again, high value. I don't think it gets higher in value than this, although this is the highest price thing on the list, coming in around 80 or 90 bucks in most markets. It's going to be Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. We also like the Elijah Craig Small Batch 94 proof a lot at 30 bucks, especially if you can find a store pick or single barrel pick.
Yeah.
But these batches of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, they're just different levels of good.
Yeah.
And this is kind of the hardest thing on the list to find, but when they hit markets, they are generally available. This is C923. It has a 13-year age statement. Because of that, it is not very available because people are buying them up and trying to resell them for profit. So this is the one batch that is kind of not available, but every other batch is going to be available in most markets.
And they're all good.
Yeah, and you're getting a cash strength, barrel proof, 12-year Kentucky legacy bourbon for 80 or 90 bucks. That value does not exist in other products on the market pretty much at all. You can't get that age and that proof on anything else but Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, and that is a huge testament to how good this product is. It's like a candy bar in a glass. I love it. I love it. I love it. I reach for Elijah Craig Barrel Proof more than almost anything ever on my
Yeah.
own time, period.
Yep.
That's what I enjoy drinking. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like it. Think about subscribing to the channel again if you like this style of content. Let us know down in the comments below what your favorite budget value buys are.
Yeah.
Focus on value. That's the key here.
Yeah.
Let's help each other out, find some good value
when
products.
when you say value, you mean like taste,
Bang for the buck.
bang for the buck, taste for the money.
Yeah, exactly.
Like what you're getting, what you're paying, they're even.
Right.
Yeah.
And we even live stream. Speaking of even, that's a terrible transition. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm really sorry. I was
Normally you're better at transitions than that.
I didn't have much to work with.
It's fine.
It's fine. Our live streams are fine too. If you want to join in on one of those, share a pour with us, hit that bell down there. It'll let you know when we're going live. We do it once a month.
Yep.
Join in.
We'd love to have you. Thank you so much for watching. Be good to each other. And until next time.
Cheers.